I'd just like to share a little bit of information with you about the importance of what you feed your cells in your body. Not so long ago, I was reading about the Egyptian gods and how when they died, basically the nucleus of their cell was protected by their body, because their body naturally mummified itself due to the fact that what they were putting into their body was really pure. So that created a mummification process in the cells, and that preserved the nucleus of the cell. And the nucleus of the cell is the important bit, it's the mineral, it's the bit that's got all the information in it, where they could reincarnate back into that body if the nucleus of the cell was protected and mummified by the outside, becoming mummified. And it explained that what we eat, what we drink, things like sugary foods, refined foods, yeast, and that kind of stuff, alcohol obviously, damages the cells, and it creates a reaction that when we die, we actually basically just rot much quicker. And they found skeletons that go back thousands of years for people that were perfectly mummified because they had such pure diets and things like that. So if the nucleus of the cell was protected, the gods could come back and put the life force back into that nucleus, back into that body, and it would regenerate itself. So that's when they're talking about immortality. That's what they mean by it. We can't be immortal and be putting toxins into our bodies. And it's not just what we eat and drink, it's what we put on our skin, it's shampoos, it's, the environment that we live in, people that live in towns where there's lots of exhaust fumes and Wi-Fi and stuff like that. That all of these things are affecting our cell. They get absorbed into our systems. Even the clothes that we wear, they mummified their bodies in linen. Now, I can't remember the exact figures, but somebody once shared information with me that if you look at cotton, for example, and let's say on a scale of 1 to 10,000, cotton was a 5, and silk would be 100. Linen would be 5,000. So 5,000 times more pure to be placed against the skin than even cotton, for example. And this is why they wrapped the bodies in linen, and there was lots of different processes that in different areas where people have preserved bodies and put them in different solutions and things like that. But if you look at human remains now, human bodies now, corpses, the funeral parlours do amazing jobs on people, but it's all like with chemicals, because the human body breaks down very quickly, mainly because we're putting pollutants into our bodies constantly. We're not preserving it with just pure meat and vegetables and so on. And I know there's a lot of people out there would say we shouldn't be eating meat, and I haven't eaten meat myself for nearly 2 decades, but if you need meat, you need meat, and that's what it is. I've also come across information that's saying it takes 3 generations for people to become completely vegan, because your body gets used to it, and certain body types, and we've all got different body types, need certain fats and the what's in the meat to help them function properly. So there's no judgment on any of that. I just stopped eating meat myself because I was finding it hard to swallow and hard to digest. It just didn't feel right anymore. But I don't judge other people for doing it. So have a think about what you're putting into your cells, what you're putting on your body, just from when you get up in the morning even. What are you using in your shower? What deodorants are you using? What perfumes are you using? What materials are your clothes that you're putting against your skin? I was in a store a couple of years ago, and I picked up a pair of jeans, and it said recycled materials, and when I read the label, it was recycled plastic. Now, who wants to, put a pair of jeans on their legs that's made out of plastic? There's going to be friction, and microparticles of those plastics are going to get absorbed into your cells. It's toxic. So thinking about what you're putting on your skin, what you're putting on your children's bodies as well is important. Cotton obviously is easier to come by for children than linen, but even so, I think there is a lot of synthetic materials out there that are toxic to the body. Rubbing up against them, the microfibers come out and they do affect the cells. So it's been fascinating for me to find out about what immortality meant back in Egyptian times, and it was all linked to what they consumed and how they preserved the body, and how quickly the body actually either decomposed or became mummified. The mummification process actually protected the nucleus in the center of the cell, which meant that the life force, the spirit of those particular beings, could actually reincarnate back into those bodies because the nucleus was still there, and those minerals within that nuclei are still contain some kind of life force. Even rocks contain life force, their consciousness. But once they've decomposed completely, and all of the encoded memories within them are gone, then that body's can't be used again in the future. I'm not saying that we need to reincarnate into our bodies, but it does make you think about what you're eating, what you're putting on your skin, and what you're drinking, and what you're exposing yourself to just in the world around you. So, where you are. So music affects you as well, affects the cell memory. And if you haven't come across Masaru Emoto's book on the water that he took photographs of that was frozen, and you can see quite clearly that if it's placed against a microwave or rock music, heavy rock music, that it actually distorts the beautiful crystallization and the geometric shapes of the crystals, the water crystals themselves. So it's really important that we do think about this. Even simple things like asking one, God, creator, whatever your belief system is, to bless the water before you drink it, before you have a bath, before you have your shower, and asking to bless, the water just in general and the food in general. The more of us that do that, the more of that high frequency energy gets put into the foods and the liquids that we're consuming, and what we're washing ourselves with, and what we're washing our clothes with, and our children with, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to come on and just share that with you, and perhaps give you a little poke to think about what you're putting into your body, what you're putting into your cells, and are you preserving the nuclei of your cell, or are you putting a lot of toxins into your system, which causes that decomposition and damages your DNA, and it ages us much, much quicker. And this is something I wish I'd known a lot younger in my life, and I would have taken more care myself of what I was using. I've never been someone that was big into putting chemicals on my face. That just felt natural to me, to just wash my face in water, and that's what I've always done. And every now and then using some homemade high quality soap and stuff like that without chemicals in it. So just have a think about that and see if you maybe need to bring some improvements into what you're doing with your food, what you're drinking, and what you're placing on your skin. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me, and please do share, click subscribe, press on the little bell if you would like to be notified when I put more videos out, and please do leave a comment if you have found some fantastic products or something like that are good for the skin, that are vegan, animal friendly, and haven't got any toxins in and stuff like that. and hopefully I'll see some of you again soon in the academy or on my Patreon channel. If you haven't joined there, we get together there and I offer healing with the One Portal, and we do 20-minute no mind meditation every month, and it's only $5. So hopefully I'll see some of you there soon. If you want to check out my website, there's links below the video, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.